Weird sciencey facts that boggle my mind. Aside from not being as popular for tramp stamps, have you ever wondered what the difference between a moth and a butterfly is? Me either, until the question was posed to me. Specifically, why moths always seem like they're wearing a fur coat and butterflies not so much. Like Daft Punk, moths are usually up all night to get lucky. In fact, many moths don't even have a mouth. They can't even eat. They simply exist to reproduce. Some of you might be saying, hey, that can't be true. Mothballs exist to stop moths from eating our clothes. And that's sort of true. Mothballs exist to stop moth larvae from eating your clothes. But once they transform into moths, like your prom date, they generally only have one goal. So maybe their fur coats to help them look fly. After all, you gotta look good to attract a mate, right? And that would make sense. Lots of animals have cool markings and features that help them attract mates. But since moths do it in the dark, it'd be pretty hard to see their fancy fur wear. So female moths actually attract their male counterparts by releasing a pheromone. They spritz on the smell good and the boys come running. Side note, with all the super fucking weird perfume commercials out there, why have none of them grasped onto moth imagery? Like, moths actually use perfume to attract mates. And I've never seen a perfume commercial that wasn't insanely weird. So it's not like having a bunch of moths fluttering around would be too freaking crazy for a fragrance advertisement. And at least then it'd make some sense. Sorry, anyway, so if moths aren't wearing their fur coats to attract the honeys, then what are they wearing them for? Well, there's a couple very practical reasons. First is kind of obvious and the reason that most people wear coats. They're going out at night, it can be a little chilly, it helps them regulate their body temperature. And the second reason, like the B-2 bomber, is for stealth. Their number one predator is bats, and bats see with sonar. So a moth's furry little body, which isn't actually fur at all, it's actually soft, delicate scales that really easily fall off, which is why you get dust on your hands when you touch them. Those furry looking scales all over their body actually help absorb bat sonar and makes it really hard for the bats to locate them, which really means that that moth's fur coat is in a way an invisibility cloak. The fact that moths are like a real life Harry Potter sneaking around Hogwarts, well, that is pretty mind-boggling.